Hello and welcome back to Raising the Robins, season 5, episode 1. Yes, season 5. And last time out we had the last game of the season, pardon me, against Chesterfield, which was basically the end of season 4, but we'd already kept our safety, I think 2 or 3 games before that. So it was just a way to end the season on a bit of a, in theory on a high, but I think we got thumped, or we lost anyway. So it wasn't really a high, but no, we avoided relegation, which was the main thing. Following that, we did have an end-season meeting. The whole team were happy with avoiding relegation. I pushed on to say, yeah, well, let's go again and try and avoid it again. I think they were quite happy with that. Myself in the game managed to get my Continental B licence. Immediately applied for the A, being put on that as well. So that's very good. We've done an upgrade to our youth facilities. The board actually did that, so it was good. But it did cancel the expansion of the training facilities. It was about halfway through. So I don't know if we've lost money there or whatnot. If you look at our overall balance, we're not as high. We've done what we do over the last couple of years. A lot of big friendlies, but there wasn't many to do in this run. I think it's because there was a World Cup in the summer, so a lot of the big teams like the Premier League teams and whatnot that we were playing, Championship teams, they're all on their holidays, so they've got players playing at the World Cup. So they were still on there. They had a delayed pre-season, so they weren't available. We played a few Scottish teams. We'll have a look at that, a gloss over that in a bit. But yeah, so our overall balance hasn't been able to be boosted quite as much as we would have hoped, especially on the basis that we didn't end in the red last season. We ended in the black. But we're still there. There's a few other things we had come through. So we got a news item. The owner was looking to sell. He then announces his retirement about a week later. So we actually put an embargo right at the start of the transfer window, which put us in a really tricky situation. But it did manage to get through fairly quickly, and we have been bought out. So we'll have a look at that in a second as well. I've got a screenshot, in fact, I think, so we'll just pop that up on the screen as well as we're talking. He approved a senior affiliate as well for me, but then they couldn't find one suitable. A few weeks have passed over pre-season. I've asked again, and I'm just waiting for the outcome of that to come. So if that happens, we'll let you know. We've had a few players go out through not signing contracts. The notable ones were Carey, Armsden and Jack Holmes. I think they all left the club, and IO Technology is still at the club but hasn't signed a contract and won't sign a contract. We've had a lot through of ins, which we'll go through again in a minute. Actually, we've had as many as usual. We had a lot of trials again, but we sifted through separated the wheat from the chaff, kept the good ones. We had a lot of positions I was trying to strengthen this year, and we've had a lot of released players that we released as well out of the club, just to try and make the squad a little bit. Ideally, I'd want the first team to be a bit more compact this season. There's a few that can maybe drop down to the under 23s, under 18s when they're not playing, just to give them some game time elsewhere. So our money, like I said, we took a bit of a hit, partly because of the facility upgrades that we mentioned, the youth training, possibly the actual training as well. The training facilities that we were already planning then got cancelled, and the World Cup thing that we mentioned. But we played as many of the bigger teams that we could squeeze in when they were available. So we played for like Hearts, Rangers, that sort of thing. But then we put in a few more nearby teams, local teams, and they actually still generated a bit of money, just not as much. But it also kept the morale up in the squad and level high, because obviously we were winning those games rather than getting beaten. And even the teams that were better than us by quite some way, we were still sort of being relatively competitive in them, so it wasn't too bad of a pre-season. If we go, I won't go to the league. I've got a note here to show the media prediction, but that means that I'll be giving away the league table, so we'll come back to that in a minute. I'm quite happy with the improvements on the transfer front, and I think we've had a pretty good pre-season as well. And I think even against the large teams, like I said, so I think it went pretty well. So I'm slightly optimistic about this season going into it. I have played a couple of games of the season already. I think this game today is Harrogate, which is the 3rd game of the season, I think. So we'll see how we've got on up till this point. But I'm quietly optimistic. Even if we're not pushing top half promotion, I think that's a bit out of our reach. But I think we've definitely strengthened this year, and if we can maybe avoid relegation a bit earlier, that'll be progress. And it's going to be a building project. We've done 2 successive promotions with relatively the same sort of team, so it's going to take a bit of a building process. We're not blessed with the hugest transfer budget or wage budget, anything like that. We're doing quite well with our wage budget. We are managing it really well. So the spending here, I mean, we do every year, but the money still drops down. We are paying back a loan now, in fact, if we go and have a look at that. 70 grand a month, I think it is. Oh no, 1.2 grand a month for the next however long. I think a year or something. No, 5 years apparently. So yeah, we're looking good. We've had a few new sponsorships come in, or a sponsorship come in slightly better than before. Projection, yeah, we don't need to look at too much. Wage, expenditure, yeah, all the usual sort of stuff. We've tried to keep as many players down on cheaper contracts and huge international bonuses as possible. What we'll do now, we'll have a look at the transfers and sort of who's come in and who's gone out. So here are the transfers. Again, I can show you them all because I doubt any of you here will know who any of these guys are. A lot of them are regens as well. So no players out officially. We'll go to release. So you look at the release, it changes quite a bit. Now these are all the players that were actually on the club's books. They're not trial lists that their trials have ended. That would be a couple of pages long. But notable ones here is who we got. Levi Phillips, been at the club for a few years. He's gone on a free. He's still on a free. Not very good. Hasn't really improved. Precious Sunday, who I was toying with keeping just for his name. But yeah, he had good physicals, but everything else there really wasn't good enough, and he was never going to make it, I don't think. Bowler's left. I think he's probably still on a free. He is. Dan Adams has left, obviously. He's at Hayes and Yedin under 23s now. He's 24, so I'm not sure why he's in the under 23s, but as it is. Jordan Carey, he's still on a free. We're trying to sign him. He still doesn't want to know. He was very unhappy at the end of last season. We tried to play him in a few games. We'll try again. Still not prepared because he's still remembering how he was badly treated, apparently. Jack Holmes is still on a free. He's alright. He's not bad, actually, but I don't think he would sign again anyway. No, he's not. We've got Armsden, similar, on a free, not wanted. Again, decent centre back. Cover, again, not interested. Maybe in a few months, if they're still going, they might be interested. Brad Nicholson left on a free. He's still on a free. Thomas O'Connor left on a free. He is wanted. Barwell, Canvey Island, and Dunstable Town. Canvey Island, I think, are in our division. No, they're not the division below. We have played them, that's why I recognise the name. Flavian Howard, Tyrese Owen, notable names as well. And that's about it really. So if we go back to the actual ins, we'll have a quick blast through those. So we're obviously playing that 4-2-3-1 now, and we're playing with a few more roles that maybe we didn't have players suitable in. So I tried to bring in specialists for those roles, but also slightly better players than what we had already. So joining in on the right hand side is Luke Bingham, 18 years old. As you can see, he's had 1 start and 1 goal, so good start for him. He signed from MK Dons. He's straight away a 3-star player, where we had sort of 2.5 star players there, and he's 18 years old already, £100 a week. He's got good physicals. There's a few things that maybe need to work on, but he is 18 years of age, we can allow that, and he started off very, very brightly. He's the best right side midfielder. A few things to work on. What I was trying to get was people that had the current ability of this division. It's very, very hard. There's not many available, and the ones that are going to cost us more money than we have. So we're working on a very tight budget and with what we've got, basically. We also signed Kip Press. I don't know why I signed him. I can't pronounce the name. I'm going to think of another name. If you've got any ideas in the comments below, let me know what we can call him. But Kazukolavas. He's a Lithuanian centre-back, and I think he has got the international clauses in his contract. So he could get called up. This could hurt us quite a lot. But again, a decent centre-back. He signs from Peterborough. I think it released it. He's on loan, actually, so he isn't going to cost us. He hasn't got those clauses. He's a loan guy. So we went... Centre-backs were positions we kind of struggled with a bit, so we had to bring some in on loan. And I did go a little bit overboard on the loans. There's a few down here. And there was a particular goalkeeper I wanted, and I'd already got the loans in, and I couldn't terminate any of them, so he's still floating around. Tranmere got an absolute steal of a goalkeeper from Norwich as well. He is absolutely phenomenal, and I'd be amazed if he's touted for team of the season and all that, and he's going to give Tranmere a big boost this season. I don't think we'd have ever been able to get him. It wasn't him we were after, but you know, we're stuck. We're not stuck, because I do quite like the goalkeepers we got, but one of them was significantly better. We've got Dan Rhodes, a right back. I think we do have a few right backs coming in. Went a little bit wild on the right backs, but some of them are quite young, so we can get them out places to. He's wanted already by Western Supermare on loan, but I think he started already in a game. Yeah, 2 games. Not done the best, but he's got good physicals, some decent mentals in there as well. Maybe he needs to work some more on the technicals, but again, 18 years of age, and at this level, they're probably sufficient. So, yeah, we're happy with him. Down roads, in you come. Now, this is a big signing. Diego Freitas Gouveia, Portuguese left midfielder, right midfielder, winger. Good pace, good acceleration, good dribbling, good first touch. Again, for this level, he signed from Colchester. He's a 3-star sort of midfielder, gives us good cover on both wings, which Corboa does as well. So we've got a few players that can do a bit of that. Again, not started the brightest, but I think he's going to be a very pivotal key player for us this season. Hence, we're paying £250 a week for him, which is a big wage for us. Again, he's got the international stuff in there, but that's not going to come back to us. He's not going to get into the Portuguese team. We've got Jay Kelly, another right back, 2 of the 3 I think that we bring in, but he's only a 2-star. He's on loan from Colchester, so he's actually dropped down to 23s already. In fact, if I can terminate, I can't terminate his loan. I tried to terminate his loan, I couldn't. I think I got this guy before some of the others come available, so it was really just an extra bit of body in there because I thought IO Technology was going. He's still just floating around the club, but not very happy and not training very well. So, and I think he had a better rating when we scouted him. I had a look at him as well, so a bit of a tough one. But he's got some decent physicals. If we need sort of 5th choice right back, he'll do the job. This is another right back, but he can play a bit more further forward as well. Stanislas Cabella, English. I don't know if he's got another Congolese, so that could come back and bite us if he goes up and plays for Congo. Another 3-star rated one, so he is the best right back I think in the club, jointly with Dan Rhodes. I think I see him long term as being the more first stage. I think he has been a bit injured in pre-season, so that's why Rhodes has been playing, but I think Cabella will be coming in very soon. Again, very good physicals, decent mentals for this level. Again, like I say, you've got to take all that into consideration, and the physicals need a little bit. He's got some good long throws actually, so we can try and take advantage of that in what we try and do. But yeah, he comes in as well. Michael Clunan has stepped in very nicely. He's 28, so he has a bit of age into this team, which we probably needed, a bit of age and experience. 2.5 stars. He can play I think it's the deep line midfield playmaker role we've got. We haven't got many that can play that very well, but he's joined from Leamington, previously of Norwich, Kingsley and all around those sorts of places, spending more. A bit of a journeyman. He had okay-ish season last year, and the season before that was a decent season, obviously lower levels. This is probably the highest he's actually played, where he's actually played and not just been at the club. Yeah, they've all been lower, so we're kind of his chance this season, but he's come in, he's done well. 1 start, 1 goal, and I think he was involved in one of the goals we scored as well, although not directly with the assist, but he's on a non-contract, so he's not costing us anything, so that's a pretty good deal there, I think. A left back this time, Renedi Musampu, 22 years of age, previously at Kidderminster and before that Chelsea. Kidderminster in our division, and we've actually played them this season already, so I think he played against his old club, he must have done, yeah. Again, good physicals, everything else a little bit needed work, but 22, and again he's 2.5 star. I think he's up there on par with some of the better ones of what we've got, and I think we just needed some bodies at left back. We didn't have one last year. I think we ended up using a centre back who can play left back a bit, and yeah, it wasn't ideal. David Wigglesworth reminds me of Austin Powers and Mr. Bigglesworth. We might actually call him that at some point. Attacker midfielder, he's down in the under 23s at the moment. He's 2.5 star. We've got McNally, we've got Mooney there. He was kind of brought in, and we got Corcoran back off loan. I didn't realise that when I was looking at players, so I was trying to find someone more suitable for the role, the attacker midfielder role. This was all I could get really. Again, he's not costing us anything, so we'll see how he gets on in the lower parts of our team. Maybe he's done okay in pre-season, not amazing. 19 years of age, yes, we'll see how he gets on. Good technique, good work rate, good natural fitness. So we'll see how he gets on. Shoots from distance, which could be quite nice in this match engine, because a lot of long goals happen. Not so much for us, more against us, but you know, hopefully a few can come in. Onto the loans. Jonathan Fairclough is a centre midfielder. Again, we needed a ball-winning midfielder to fill the role we've put in there. Tackling and stuff doesn't maybe belie that role, but he's got good physicals. He's quite a strong. Actually, no, his strength's a bit lower, but probably stronger than anyone else we've got. 2.5 star. He's on loan from Northampton in, I think, League 1. Good work, decent work rate. Yeah, again, a player not to feature so far for his club in League 1. But he's played 2 games for us so far, doing okay. Not setting the world alight. Now, Louis Lomas, defender on loan from Norwich. I think the goalkeeper who's gone to Tranmere was actually on loan from Norwich, so maybe it shows we might have had a chance. But again, quite good, 6'2" as well. I think he could be a very pivotal player this year. Daniel Propo has seriously gone down in rating, so he's kind of out the team at the moment. He made a couple of mistakes in one of the games as well, so yeah, not happy about that one. So he's dropped out now, and we've got, I think Cashin's dropped out as well. One of their signings coming up in a minute has taken the place, but we've got a few centre backs on loan as well, so we've got a few more bodies in that way if we do decide, which is something I was thinking in the pre-season, to go to a 3 at the back, just in this division, try and keep us a bit safer. This guy's on loan as well from Lincoln, 2-star. Actually, can I terminate his loan? I can't terminate his loan either. I'm desperate to terminate one of them that isn't very good, isn't good enough, and he clearly isn't at the moment. But again, these players aren't actually costing us anything other than space in the squad now, and space of our loans. We're allowed 5 this season. He has played for Lincoln in League 2, so he's got a bit of higher league experience. I'm not going to mention his Mark Booty. So you see if he makes place, so takes a space at the back. But yeah, he's in the under-23s at the moment, so very unlikely. John Bailey on loan from Southend, another centre back, just gone centre back crazy, centre back and right back crazy, just trying to get some strength in there. I think we were a bit weak at centre back last year. We've lost a few on releases as well, so we did need some numbers. 3-star, so a little bit better. He'll be featured in and around the team. We can play centre midfield as well. So it gives us a few options around there to play with a bit of versatility. And then this guy we actually bought, we managed to get him on a free. He was worth 60k or no, £60, but we couldn't bid £60. We had to bid 0, and they accepted it. He's from a few divisions below, but he can play right back, but he's mainly a centre back, and he looks, the scouts rate him. Current ability 3.5. He's the best centre back in the club, I think now. He is by, and Louis Lomas on loan and John Bailey, so quite some shot. They are the best. He's got poor technique apparently, so not great, but at this division we really can't be too picky. But again, he's still a Vanarama National North and South, not a National League player, so he, it shows that a 3.5 star, he's not good enough in this league. Still, we need a sort of 4-star, 5-star really, and that's just he's good at this team. Our squad really is kind of threadbare for the division we're playing in and lacking in real quality. So yeah, a couple of years building that and getting into a position where we're able to get promoted into League 2. I mean, even if we were to surprisingly get promoted into League 2, we're going to get absolutely torn apart with this squad. So we need a few years or a year or two to really build a team and see how we get on. So that's the transfers. So what we'll do now, we'll pop back over. Well, we'll just go to the schedule. It's only been 2 games. As you can see, we've had a lot of pre-season friendlies. We started off with a few Premier League teams. Bizarrely, West Ham, Leicester, Huddersfield. Some good attendances in there, so some good money come through. But then we had a hashtag United Sutton Common, so Epsom. So it's the local teams, and we're back to big Hearts, Rangers and Aberdeen, back to local. A few more local games. Hearts again, Oldham, Hull. I think we actually won that cup. We won a few of these. We had a friendly against Dunkirk at home. We couldn't get anything else, and they actually gave us some good money and good profit by playing them over at our ground. Only 250 fans though, which was a bit disappointing. Again, Aberdeen, Hearts and Barnet, Cray, Tooting, Mitcham, so local. So we finished on a bit of a high. A lot of wins in there. A few losses, obviously, as you'd expect, but quite a few wins. Only 2 draws, or 1 draw by the looks of it. 1 draw against Hearts. That was a great result. I think we lost on penalties in that game. I think that was the decider for the cup, maybe, or that was the first one. There was a few penalties in there. Yeah, they're further down. Penalties here again. It was Hearts, but later on, and Oldham. I think we beat Hearts, and I think we lost to Oldham. I think that's how it worked. In terms of the league, we've had Kidderminster away, 1-1 draw in this game. We went 1-0 up. It was through an own goal. It should have been Clark. He is leading the line for us this season. Chroma's dropped to the bench. Clark is the best striker by far and away. If you look at his pre-season as well, 25 games, 12 goals. He's had a very good pre-season. 17 years old. He's declared for Ireland now, which is fantastic. I hadn't noticed that before, but he is by far and away probably the best player at the club. Not even striker, best player by far. And he's come through our academy, I think. He did. Played a lot of games last year, not really doing anything. Hasn't really kicked on this season in the league just yet, but his pre-season was good, which gives me hope. So yeah, so Poe played in this game. They actually we went 1-0 up. It felt like immediately. It says here it's about 10 minutes later, but it felt immediate. They went straight up, and yeah, they then missed a penalty as well just before half time, but that would be as the game goes, 1-1 draw. As you see, Poe played in this game. I was starting to notice things in this game that made me think, yeah, he's not good enough. I hadn't even taken into considering his rating, because he was just a fan favourite and a favourite of mine. So just sort of playing him through nostalgia's sake and whatnot. But I think we need to, yeah, have a little think about that. And this game in particular showed it. So you took the lead here through Michael Clunan on 16 minutes. We were playing very, very well actually. And then Bingham made it 2-0 on 21 minutes. Cruising, absolutely cruising. And then just before half time, Harry Pritchard made it 2-1. It was a cross that comes in. The goalkeeper came out about past his penalty spot to try and claim it, missed it. They won the header and it's looped over his head and gone in. So very bad goalkeeping error. And then right at the death, 88 minutes, it was a carbon copy of that goal. Absolute kick in the teeth to make it 2-2. I was absolutely gutted that we were going to surrender a 2-0 lead and draw 2-2 until they got another highlight and made it 3-2 in the 93rd minute. It was just an absolute robbery. If we go to the stats as well, they closed the gap at most of those shots were at the end. We were dominating this game. We had the possession. We had everything. It's just a real lack of quality starting, really showing through. So although I said, at the start I was optimistic about this season, it's still going to be a very, very tough season, and we got our work cut out for. So if we have a look at the league table, that leaves us in 16th, and if we come there after 46 games, I think it is, I'll be absolutely delighted. If we can do it a bit more comfortably than that though, even better. If we look at the season preview, we're expected to finish at rock bottom, below the teams that have just come up, who are Maidenhead and Dartford. Kidderminster, who we drew with, are a bit higher. Halifax have come down, Chester have come up, they're about mid-table, and Ebbsfleet have just been relegated as well. So some big teams up here at the top: York, Chesterfield, Tranmere. They were all there or thereabouts last season, so a lot to work on. I think this is the goalkeeper that's on loan for this division. He is absolutely insane. Tranmere have got a bit of a still there. I think he's been at Harrogate recently as well, and he was actually at Tranmere last year, and he had a very good season. Only 40 goals conceded in 38 games, 16 clean sheets, a very good season. Originally a Liverpool player and a Man City player. Now at Norwich, I've never heard of him, Louis Molden, but he's one to watch this year for sure for Tranmere, and I think with him in the goal, they stand a very, very, very good chance of getting promoted if they can get everything else going right, and at the moment they are top. Shout out to Billsy there, he gave me a bit of a comment on one of my old videos. I think it's the one we lost to Tranmere. So yeah, keep an eye on them, Billsy. They're doing well so far. They're doing you proud after 2 games. But we're going to kick in today's game now. We have got, I think it's Harrogate. Yeah, Harrogate, who are, I think they were tipped to be near the top, but they're 2 points, a point better than us. We should be on 4 points. Let's be honest, this season. We should have beaten Kidderminster. I mean, we could have lost that game as well, to be fair, and we should have at least got a draw against Dover, but we were very unfortunate, just robbed at the end, just lack of concentration and whatnot. Yeah, obviously we're not as secure as we were before. We're still decent, but with a new board, yeah, not quite as much. So let's jump into the game. We'll cut to the lineups now. You'll see what we're going with for today's game. So this is the lineup we're going with. We are the away team, so we're on the right hand side. We've got Clark leading the line, a very bad hairline for someone who's only 17 or something. Freitas, Gouveia on the left hand side, Karoma just behind, going for a bit of a switch up. Didn't give him number 4, he's number 14 and the one's hidden. Bingham, we've got Fairclough and Clunan, Musampu, I've left Poe in, schoolboy error. Louis Lomas, Dan Rhodes, is it? Yep, and Kane McGohey. I've left Poe in. I thought I took him out. So annoying. So annoying. So we're going to do a team talk. We're going to go passionate. We're the underdogs. It suits us down to the ground. They don't seem to agree, but they don't disagree either. So I think there's a lot more to come for you. There's a few bits of motivation in there. So let's see how we get on. We kick off going right to left in the red. They're coming left to right in the yellow, and Popo nearly makes an error straight off the kick-off then. And it is a highlight for us. It's Popo. Don't give it away. He didn't, luckily. Karoma into Clunan. Switches it out to Rhodes. He's a bit isolated there, and he played it against the man, and we're going to get countered here. The defenders just stop. If we concede here, good save, McGohey. It was just, they just stop. What's going on? I don't want to drop the line too deep because it puts us in all sorts of trouble in other ways, but Tranmere have taken the lead. But so far, a tight game, but most of what we're seeing action-wise is coming from Harrogate. They are a team I think they're expected to finish 6th, 7th, I think we saw in the preview. Feel free to go back and check. I don't think I'm well off, but I might be off. As they hit the post, the rebound falls straight to Jack Barnby, and within 8 minutes they have taken the lead. Oh, this isn't starting well. I was optimistic for this season. I was hoping with these first couple of games we might have a good chance to maybe catch a few teams on the surprise and spring a few shock results, but so far it's not really happening. But we do have a corner here. Clunan will take, fired in, and we're going to get capped on our own corner, aren't we? I think I saw it against Kidderminster, I think it was. I think that's where the penalty came from in actual fact. It was at our own corner. They hit a tackle against our player or something. It flew over the top, but Clark gets his first goal of the season, justifying for me putting him in the team. 1-1. And it's indirectly come from the corner. We've worked our way back to our defensive area, defensive line. Long punt forward. Clark's got the pace, got the legs to beat their back line, and the keeper just kind of shuffles over it. Bottom corner, bottom left hand corner, 1-1 Carshalton. And we got a throw in now. Masampu plays it to Karoma, back to Masampu. Clunan, it's a tackle, it's too easy, we've got to get there, we do. Back to Magohi. Good clearance now. Karoma, he's big, can he get there? He can't win the flick on, unfortunately, or he can't direct it where it needs to go. Barnby shooting, flying forward here. Samuel, good block. Now we've got the chance to do something. Clark, great takedown. Got the legs to sprint at them here. Down the left hand side, finds Fairclough in the middle. He's tackled. That was a good opportunity there for us to, and the highlight ends unfortunately, but promising signs there from us. But it's a free kick. I know what's happening here. It fires just wide. I was expecting this to go 2-1 down from a set piece. Set pieces do seem to be a bit of a problem for us. Clunan, we've got to get there. We kind of do in the end. Clunan, Rhodes again. It's a long ball, but I mean Clark could have got in behind if the ball's good enough, but it's just they haven't quite got the quality to do it. I think it was the Dover game, one of our goals. It's a great goal. Clark is disallowed. One of the goals we scored, I think it was the second one. It's absolutely phenomenal bit of play. So they have got the ability to make a pass, and that's a harsh one. It's a great volley as well. What a goal that would have been, but it's disallowed unfortunately. And it looks like we're going to get into half time at 1-1. That's not bad, away point. We've lost at home and drawn away, so far we're looking to be a little bit set up for away games, which isn't great. Well, it's good, but I'd like us to be quite strong at home and take a few points at home if possible, purely to get the fans on our side and keep them on our side, but also just that's your bread and butter, isn't it? Getting your points at home, making it a bit of a fortress. That's a terrible pass, but we recovered just. Can we get on the end of that? Can someone chase it maybe? Doesn't look like they're too interested. It's fired up field. Can we win the header? We do, but it's straight back to them, and the second one drops to them, of course. Barnby again, fires it back post. It's going to be 2-1, isn't it? It's a good save, but it's straight back at him again. Both their goals are rebounds that have just bounced back to them. They are so fortunate. We're going to do a shout in a minute. Not watching that. I'm just fed up of seeing the same goals over and over again. Show some passion. They're a little bit fired up by that. So Poe here finds Freitas Gouveia. Out to Masampu. It's a long ball forward to Clark. He's the man who's playing well today. Too easy. And look at the space. Good tackle here needed. It is. Keeper should have. I don't know why he doesn't just pick that up. Rhodes. Again, that ball should be over the top. But it's just too short. Magoe comes through, gathers the loose ball. But we're playing a lot of these balls over the top. But they're just not beating the defenders. Let's try passing into space. Because at the moment that doesn't seem to be. And it's another rebound. Keeper saved it. It's just straight back onto him in the goal. This is a game all about rebounds today. Except R1. R1 was a great finish. R was the only good finish today, I think. He makes a shot and so disappointing. We're going to go with the changes. We're going to make some subs as well. Not really sure we've got much out there that can make too much of a distance. Corboa's going to come on the right hand side. Fairclough's not played well, so Jaden Davis is going to come in. Mooney's going to come in for Corboa, I think. maybe not quite having quite the same impact from deep. But again, he's declined this year, so he's maybe that combined with Clark's uprising has kind of made sort of the decision to go with the way we have with Clark up front and Koroma dropping out, which is could be a bit of a silly decision. He was our top scorer last year. Mooney back to Clunan, Davis, and it's just too easy. Again, if he could make a run for that, mate, that'd be great. He does. Clunan, Mooney, and it's just terrible play. Clunan, they just can't string to. Which I say that second goal in the Dover game was absolutely phenomenal. If he could do that a bit more, it'd be great. But we just can't seem to string two passes together. And Clark intercepts nicely into Koboa, fires it forward. Can someone run in behind? They finally play the ball into space, and no one's making the run this time. Probably fed up making the run that isn't coming to them. Mooney, there's a chance we tackled there, but they're just not interested, it doesn't seem. That's harsh. Disallowed. 4-1 would never be fair in this game. It's not been a 4-1 game by any stretch of the imagination. Regardless of what the stats say, how it's starting to appear, it's not been that sort of game at all. We might have to start looking at being a bit more conservative. We've got set up for attacking. We might have to be a bit more conservative, I think. I was hoping to maybe think that if we're a team that is going to concede 3, we'll try and score 4, but we've moved up a space to 19th in the league, which is great. Not too sure why, but yeah, it looks like we're going to be beaten today here, unfortunately. Not our day today. I think we've had the possession, it's just doing something with it and having the quality to do something with it. So we're going to the dressing room. Excellent. They weren't excellent, they were anything but excellent. So let's see what we're going to do. I'm going to try and play it a bit more. It's Friday tomorrow for me, so I'm going to try and the bosses are all out and most people are out, so I can hopefully get a bit of a good run at this. I've got to do the Arsenal catch up as well. I've recorded a good few episodes of the end of season 2 there, so I need to get through the pre-season, the off season. So let's see, we've got 3 more games left in August. We've got episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, we're still on track for 9 episodes a season, essentially. So we'll come back sometime in September. I guess it kind of... it looks like a tough month. Halifax have just come down. Macclesfield, I think they were near the bottom. That's got Bromley maybe near the bottom. But Tranmere and Chesterfield, definitely high flyers. We've actually got the 4th qualifying round. We don't know who yet. We're in the 4th qualifying round for the FA Cup. Won't be taking that very seriously, I wouldn't have thought. So yeah, next month we'll probably go with... I don't really know yet. We'll see how these next couple of games go in August. Yeah, maybe somewhere in the middle. Easy to get to the next month then, in terms to get next week caught up. There's a bit of news personally that's coming up that might affect recording and stuff, but that will come once I know more. So I'll update that once I know more what the situation is and how it's going to affect my channel and what I'm doing. Hopefully not too much, but they might have a little bit of an impact. So I'm not committing to... I'm trying to get as far as ahead as I can at the moment, where possible, but also not committing too much in terms of certain things. But that'll all become clear in the coming probably month or so. But if you enjoyed today's episode, please drop a like down below. If you're new to the channel, please do drop a sub. I think I'm on 94 now at the last count at the time of recording. Pushing on for that 100. If I can get to that 100, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Just get that monkey off my shoulder and just hit that 100. Been chasing it for a while. Not desperately chasing it, but it'd be nice to get it. And any comments as well down below. I think I asked a question at the start. Feel free to drop a question in there in that comment section. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And until next time, when we come back for 1 September games, I will see you later. Take care.